I'm Sharenice Wilkins, your moderator. This session will feature 6 wonderful Family Studies interns. First, a quick reminder that this session is being recorded, and we ask that participants keep both audio and video off during the presentation portion of the session. This will protect, I'm sorry, this will protect the widthband and hopefully prevent potential issues with lagging. We have several great interns to hear about, so let's get started with our featured intern presenters. I'm sorry. Yuri Hernandez, interning with Hope Center in Houston, Texas. Cameron Morgan, interning with the Resiliency Think Tank at Lamar University. Rhonda Brennan, interning with Stable Spirit in Rose City, Texas. Autumn Brenham, interning with Embracing Freedom in Beaumont, Texas. Sabrina Thompson, interning with the Alabama Cusata Tribe of Texas in Livingston. And Jakara Taylor, interning with the Alvin Independent School District. We will begin by viewing the video reports they have presented for us, followed by a Q&A where we will be able to ask focused questions about their specific intern experiences.
Hi, my name is Yuri Hernandez, and I'm happy to share my experience as a Hope Center intern for 2025 at Sci-Hope. Sci-Hope is a nonprofit organization that helps children in our community. It provides support for learning, fun activities, and programs that help children grow. Sci-Hope's goal is to give every child a chance to succeed. I had the chance to work with a great team of managers, associates, and volunteers who are passionate about making a difference. I will take you through my journey, including the activities I participated in, the plan I work on, and the 2 important projects I completed, and the lessons I learned along the way. During my internship at the Hope Centers, I have various daily tasks. I help students with their homework to improve their understanding. I also do STEM activities in science and math. In addition to schoolwork, I participated in fun activities. I played outdoor games that promoted teamwork and kept the kids active. I helped set up arts and crafts sessions so the children could express their creativity. Part of my job was to keep everything clean and organized. After the center closed, we clean up and store toys and materials, making sure the common areas were tidy and ready for the next day. My plan at the Hope Center was to improve children's learning. I focused on 3 main ideas. First, I wanted to improve my help for the kids. Second, I hope more kids will join in and enjoy activities. And third, I needed to measure our progress. I work hard to improve my skills in helping students and organizing fun and learning activities. Because of these, more children took part in activities and show more interest in learning. To see how well our program was working, I kept a record of how many kids joined different activities over time. This information helped us know what was going well and what we could make better. My main goal was to support the children and help them love learning while they succeeded in a fun environment. During my internship at Sci-Hope, I worked on a project to connect with the community. The goal was to share information about the center's activities and encourage people to get involved. I set up a table to talk directly with the community members. I shared details about the program and answered the questions. This direct approach helped me meet more people and invite them to take part. With Ms. Kelsey's help, I attracted more volunteers and participants, which increased Hope Center's impact. This project helped me improve my skills in community outreach and promote the center's growth and success. This is the second project I work on. The goal was to help children learn during their time off. We provided support to improve their reading skills. A key part of the project was giving books to the children. I encouraged them to read and explore new stories by giving out books. I wanted to help them enjoy reading and become better at it. We offer many different books that match their interests and reading levels. Through this project, I help the kids in the community grow. Assisting children with the reading is very important for the Hope Center's mission, and I am very happy to have been part of this project. My internship at the Hope Center was a great experience. I learned how to help students with their studies and connect with the community. I assisted kids with their homework and plan fun educational activities. This improved my skills in supporting learning and organizing events. One of the best moments of my internship was when a teenager told me how much the support and activities at the center helped him do better in school and feel more confident. Hearing this made me happy and showed me how important sci-hope work is. I also work on a special reading program to improve children's reading and writing skills, which will help them in the future. This internship helped me grow in my career and allow me to make a real difference in the lives of the kids at the Hope Centers. I want to thank Mr. Crispy for his incredible support during my internship at Hope Centers. Your guidance has been essential for my growth. I also appreciate Ms. Kelsey and Ms. Julitza for their leadership and knowledge, which helped me to my development. Lastly, I want to thank all the staff, volunteers, and children at the Hope Centers for making my internship such a great experience.
Hello, my name is Rhonda Branham, and I served as an intern at Stable Spirit during the spring 2025 semester, and I look forward to having the opportunity to share a little bit about that time and that experience with you today. An overview of my time at Stable Spirit, I was able to assist and observe various sessions of therapeutic writing, hippotherapy, as well as equine assisted learning. I was able to participate and uh, assist in fundraising strategies and events. Uh, I helped with grant writing and researching, as well as just observing all the different things that Stable Spirit provides to their clients and to the community. A day in the life as a intern at Stable Spirit can vary depending on the task at hand and just what that day looks like. I spent a lot of time working in the office, doing things like grant research, grant writing, assisting with statistics from previous years and preparing for things for the future, as well as helping with fundraising planning and preparing for events. Um, of that sort. I also was able to help in the field, assisting volunteer groups that came in and grooming horses and helping those volunteers to learn how to do those different things. I also assisted with hippotherapy and was able to observe EAL as well as therapeutic writing sessions. Part of my strategic plan at Stable Spirit was to develop grant research and writing skills, as well as assisting in writing grant proposals. I was able to complete that task as I completed a grant seeking essentials certificate program that was online, which was a course that I went through, and I learned so much about grant seeking and grant writing and what that all entails. I also was able to actually assist in writing various grants and researching those grants with the director and assistant director there at Stable Spirit. It is so interesting to see how they fund a nonprofit and all the different things that goes into that. So I learned so very much through that time. Here are a few artifacts that I was able to create for the stables during my time there. On the left is a presentation that I created to promote a corporate corral, which is a program that they are starting as inviting different businesses to come in, and they can help them with team building strategies and things of that sort. It just kind of gives all the information about what that entails. On the right side is a infographic that I created for the stables to just share about the different services that they provide and what is involved with those services. As a reflection of the time at Stable Spirit, I have learned so much. I was blessed with the opportunity to have the hands-on experience of actually caring for the therapy horses, grooming them, and learning how to halter them and put the saddles on, do all those things, which is really fun and exciting, and really you learn a lot about yourself during that time. I also learned the importance of patience and consistency, and nonverbal communication with the animals, as many of the clients are nonverbal, and just how they communicate and yet and work with the horses during their time. I also learned a lot about grant research and writing and fundraising for nonprofits and all that that entails, as well as I was able to develop a better understanding of uh, equine assisted therapies and how that impacts mental health and different clients of in various stages of need. So I have learned so much. It has been so impactful to spend time at the stables and learn and see what they do. One of my favorite memories was watching a little girl who was nonverbal and unable to communicate really um, thoroughly with other people, but yet she sat on her little horse and she was able to tell it to go and to stop, and she just the joy that it brought her to ride the horse, and the therapy, the things that she the neural pathways that were being developed and enhanced because of her time on the horse. It's just really incredible the things that are happening out there at Stable Spirit with those horses. It's really an amazing thing. I just want to give a big thank you to Katie Durio, the executive director at Stable Spirit. She has just really taken a lot of time and invested in me and helping me to understand all the things that it takes to run a nonprofit, from fundraising and grant writing and all the things that happen in the office, as well as on the field, working with the horses and seeing how the horses help you to learn and grow. It was just really a valuable experience. Also, thank you to Alice and the other staff at Stable Spirit. They were just really a joy to work with, and I'm so grateful for our time together. Thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. My name is Autumn Bertrand, and I had the pleasure of working with Embracing Freedom for my internship this semester. And I was just going to take a couple minutes and explain kind of what I've learned from my internship and what I'm taking away from it, and also what I learned about Embracing Freedom. So, Embracing Freedom's mission statement is that Embracing Freedom is a Christ-based community 501c3 nonprofit organization in Beaumont, Texas, founded to respond to the heartbreaking epidemic of child sex trafficking. Embracing Freedom was established to provide education and long-term care as a place of refuge, safety, for victims of sex trafficking. We believe that God can take a life full of torment, fear, and pain and begin to bring hope, healing, and a new life to survivors. Our purpose at Embracing Freedom is providing advocacy and mentoring survivors, court and healthcare accompaniment, community education and awareness, family education, and prevention and intervention with at-risk youth. A typical day at Embracing Freedom for me would just be coming into the office and signing in on the volunteer log. And this is very important because with a company or organization like Embracing Freedom, it's a nonprofit. And most of them are funded by grants. Some of these grants have stipulations on how many volunteer hours you need. And so my internship helped them meet, certain qualifications. So I had to make sure that I signed in every day. And then I would just get on the Google Drive and I would look for the intern task. Some of these tasks looked like helping with office organization, assisting in interviews, creating social media posts and graphics, attending community training events and meetings, assisting with educational presentations. I got to research and I helped draft grant presentations, assisted in the grant proposals, engaged in team meetings and mentorship. And then at the end of the day, I would just sign out and leave. At the beginning of the semester, we made a strategic plan, and one of my goals was grant writing. So me and the executive director attended a grant writing certification course at the local library, and I feel that it improved my proposal development and gave me more knowledge about grant writing for sure. Also, I got to support 2 grant proposals by conducting research and proofreading for accuracy and alignment with funding criteria. And then I also got to work on about 30 to 35% of a presentation for the Beaumont Council of Government, i.e. COG. And I got to contribute to these efforts to secure potential funding. One of my favorite artifacts that I'm going to share with y'all is the TBRI versus ABA versus NDBI. And I learned from certified specialists about 3 training methods for supporting children with behavioral and emotional challenges. I got to closely analyze each method through a counseling lens and comparing them and contrasting them for their effectiveness. I personally felt that I aligned the most with TBRI. I plan on actually becoming a TBR practitioner because of this training. I just loved everything about it. I implemented it at home and I saw results, pretty quickly. I think that anyone that's going to be working with, children, especially traumatized children, should definitely take a look at TBRI. It's pretty much life-changing. My second artifact was also one of my favorites because I got to interview the volunteers at Embracing Freedom, and this interview is from Felicia. I also got to interview Penny, and these volunteers give so much to this organization, and they really love on the advocates and also just all the staff at Embracing Freedom, and it helps the staff feel, taken care of because they're always taking care of others, right? They're always pouring their lives into these kids. So these volunteers come and they make the load at the office a little bit lighter for them. Also got to see their heart and kind of why, they wanted to volunteer in Embracing Freedom, and just I really enjoyed spending time with them. They're really awesome. My reflection from Embracing Freedom, I learned a lot. I think that it's a wonderful organization and everyone that works there is amazing. I've never experienced an office quite like this one. It was definitely impactful for sure. I would say I learned that the power of intentionality and faith-driven service is something to strive for. The best lesson I learned there was that people do the best with what they have. So something that really made an impression with me in Embracing Freedom is that they don't let bias get in the way of serving these children or these families. So they just like to equip families with resources and education and try to help them do better, but they're never judging them for where they ended up. They don't judge the children either because they don't know their life, right? And we're all kind of given a different lens that we look out of, and we're all given different resources, and we all have a different life view. And they understand that in Embracing Freedom, and they just want to equip people to do their best. And I just love that. I think the most impactful part being at Embracing Freedom was seeing the team's passion and their dedication. These people live and breathe TBRI for one, and they live and breathe just serving these kids. Everything they do, asking for these grants, planning the gala, any fundraiser events, every social media post, everything is driven to make Southeast Texas safer and to make these kids healthier. And I just thought that was beautiful. I feel like I gained skills in the grant proposals, definitely in professional development, and I definitely admired just being at Embracing Freedom. It was awesome. Special thanks to Lisa and the Embracing Freedom team. It has been an absolute joy to intern at a workplace rooted in faith, purpose, care, and self-awareness. Each of you serve with an excellence in all that you do, striving to honor the Lord at each step. Thank you for taking the time to explain your heart behind your mission and for this experience. I can't say enough about Lisa. She is a wonderful example of what a godly woman would be. And she literally just treats everyone with so much love and respect. And same thing for Lexi and Chelsea and Hannah and all the advocates. It was just amazing to work beside you guys. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sabrina, and today I'll be sharing my internship experience at the Tribal Youth Program. This opportunity allowed me to develop my leadership and communication skills while also giving me a valuable insight into working with youth in a cultural and educational setting. During my time at the youth program, I supported daily transitioning procedures for students, helped monitor them during both structured and unstructured activities, and assisted with parent checkout at the end of the day. I was also involved in facilitating language lessons and cultural activities, which were an important part of the program. One of the most rewarding aspects was being able to build positive relationships with the students. Through this, I strengthened not only my communication skills, but also my confidence and ability to lead with patience and care. A typical day at the youth program starts with the students arriving and having a snack. Afterwards, they either go to the education building for tutoring or participate in other group activities. These activities often vary by day. Some include language classes, craft projects, or tribal history lessons, each designed to engage the students culturally and creatively. I played a role in helping students move smoothly from one activity to the next, especially during those transition periods. At the end of the day, between 5 and 5:30 p.m., students gather their things and prepare for checkout, where I assisted in communicating with parents and ensuring a smooth departure. One of my goals during the internship was to help improve the program's daily structure. My objective was to learn how to create a more effective schedule that made transitioning between activities smoother and more efficient. By observing and supporting these transitions firsthand, I noticed areas where small adjustments could make a big difference, whether that was how we group students or how instructions were given before switching tasks. As a result, there was improvement in the flow of the day and a noticeable ease in how students adjust between different parts of the program. As part of my work, I created and used language flashcards and conducted a simple survey to gather feedback. The flashcards were especially helpful during language sessions, helping to support vocabulary retention and reinforce concepts in a fun and visual way. These small tools contribute to a larger goal of language revitalization within the community, which made me feel even more meaningful. Reflecting on my experience, I've grown so much. I've gained valuable leadership and communication skills, and I've developed more patience and adaptability, especially when working with students with varying needs. I learned how to manage group dynamics more effectively and how to support students in ways that are culturally responsive and respectful. One of my most powerful memories was helping the language teacher with activities and watching the younger generation engage with their heritage language. It was a moment that really stuck with me. I also had the chance to support special projects, help coordinate activities, and assist students with different learning needs, all which helped added depth to my experience. Lastly, I want to sincerely thank Emma Abbey, the youth program director, for her incredible leadership and support. This internship has helped me grow not only professionally, but also personally. I'd also like to thank the amazing staff, Nicole, Sequoia, Karen, and Colby, for their kindness and teamwork. It was a pleasure to learn from each of you. As we say in our language, Alila Molo, thank you all for everything.
Hello, everyone. I interned at Options Academy in Alvin ISD. I was an Options student intern. My name is Jakar Taylor, and my intern year is 2025. The overview from my internship is building a relationship with the students, reclaim their future, and encourage them to think about post graduation plans using innovative methods of instructions to encourage students in meaningful learning, giving back to the community by pouring into our youth. The day in the life at my internship changed on a daily basis, but mostly I interacted with students on a daily basis, check in with students who are not meeting daily percentages, call home and see why students aren't meeting daily percentages or showing up for school, collecting attendance for the day and for the week, and making sure that the data on the students are up to date. My internship goal is to provide practical hands-on experience and career exploration. My learning objective is understand the support students need for school to prevent dropping out. My outcome with metrics is improving students' academic performance and attendance. Students showed improvement in grades and attendance on a weekly basis. Reaching out to students daily, letting them know how important it is to come to school. My first artifact highlight is the graduation videos. My supervisor trusted me to film these videos for the first time, and I really enjoyed it. During the videos, students are allowed to talk about their struggles on their journey on getting their diploma and get to acknowledge the people that helped along the way. My second highlight, artifact highlight, is the graduation ceremony itself. Not only am I an intern at the program, I have been working there going on 2 years. So this ceremony was very important to me because since working there, I have had my first student to graduate in the ceremony. It was important to encourage my student every day and letting him know that he can make it to the finish line to graduation to receive his diploma. My reflections on my internship is coming up and getting creative with the artifacts, using Canva more and getting to explore the tools that are on the website, receiving and encouraging encouragement from my team at the internship. I would like to give a huge thank you to Randy Geikema, the options administrator. He was very great through this whole process. He helped with naming a few artifacts that I could submit weekly and redoing the infographic that we currently have. Mr. Geikema also came up with the idea of weekly check ins to make sure I wasn't overwhelmed and had everything I needed. He lightened the load by making jokes out of everything that we do at Options. Every time there was an event or something he wanted me to do, he would reply with, "Do you think we can make an artifact out of that?" Overall, this was a great experience with working with him and the team at Options.
What great video reports. Now it's time to open up for a Q&A with the interns. Interns, please turn on your cameras now so that we can see you. And we ask that all attendees keep your cameras off for the duration of the session so that we can focus on the interns. We also ask that all attendees leave your microphones off unless you are asking a question. This will help keep any unexpected sounds from distracting the rest of the session. If you have a question for one of the interns, please use the raise hand feature and I will call on you to ask your question. The raise hand is found in the meeting toolbar on the top left near the red leave button. You can also raise your hand by clicking Control, Shift, and K at the same time. If you would prefer to type your question, feel free to type it in the session chat and I will read it to the interns. Before we begin, I want to remind everyone that this session is being recorded. I will start off the Q&A with the question for Yuri. Yuri, your internship was with the Hope Center. What was something that you learned during the internship that was unexpected? It's Yuri. Oh, you're muted.
Sorry. Okay. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
I'm sorry. Can you hear me? Wow. What was something that you learned that was unexpected during your intern?
Well, that I didn't think that I was gonna have that much connection with the kids and their parents. It's like until this day, I miss going to the internship every single day because you're used to seeing these kids like every single day. So you form like a connection with them, and
Right.
they at the end of the day they used to come to me and tell me all about their days, about what they did at school, and like they also say, oh, can we do this activity for next week and things like that. So it was a really nice connection that I built with them.
That's amazing. Mm, okay. Well, my next question would be, what would you say would be the hardest part of your internship?
I will be not probably not being able to help all of the kids financially because most of the kids who attend the Hope Centers they come from low income. So sometimes it was really hard because I have two boys, so I'm like, man, I wish I could give these to all of the kids there. So I think that was the hard part, not me being able to help them financially, even though they do get like the basic necessities through the organization, but you always want to go that extra mile with them.
Right. I get that for sure. Um, do you think that your internship changed how you viewed society's response to the roles of parents or mental health?
Can you repeat the question one more time?
Um, did your internship change how you view society's response to the role of parents or mental health?
But yeah, I think like yeah, I guess more people like should um more people should be aware of what's going on out there. Like look for organizations to help kids that come from low income families. And yeah.
I got you. What is one lesson that you will carry? Um, that I'm sorry. What is one lesson that you will carry with you into your future career?
Listen, be like a more caring person. Like always be there for everyone. You don't know what they're going through. So like always like lend someone a hand, give kids that you see, like for example, I work for a school, and you don't know what's going on in their lives at home. So some of the kids, they just want a hug, they want to smile, they want someone to ask them how was your day. And
Right.
yeah, I mean, kids are sweet and they're innocent most of the times. Yeah.
Gotcha. Our last question is, what advice would you give to future interns?
Like give your 100%. Trust me, like, because at the beginning I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm gonna do well, because I was a little bit nervous. It was something new for me. But no, like, go with an open mind, open heart, and give your best.
Mm,
That will be my advice to all the future interns. Trust me,
mm,
you make positive changes in everyone.
that's great. I appreciate that advice because I will be starting my internship next year. So thank you. But it looks like we're about out of time for this session. Thank you for all of our participants for asking great questions. And a big great thank you to our wonderful presenters for sharing their internship experiences with us. When I end this session, you will be back at the website where you originally entered the session. I encourage you to review the conference schedule, then join us in the next session. Thank you for joining us today, and I hope to see you in the next session.